What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I want to have a conversation about Mr. Michael Rappaport. He's a guy that I believe he's from New York City somewhere, very closely tied to blacks, but he is I don't want to call him a fanatic of Israel, but he's very proud to be Jewish, all right? And he is not afraid to say what he feels about the sports world, other things, but when it comes to racial politics and things like that, he will also commentate on it, especially when it comes to the black community. If you're a person that talks about anything negative about Jews, Israel, he's on you. Like, he's going to demand apologies. He's going to demand this and that. And let me just say this. I understand about respecting other people's religion. I never talk about Jews for the most part or other groups, simply because I'm just focused on the blacks. But let me just tell you this. If you're in somebody else's group and then you somehow speak negatively or offensive about somebody else, then you cry foul when somebody does to you, it really can create an environment where people are just very insensitive to your needs. And Michael Rappaport, let me just say, because some of the stuff he does is just outrageous. It could really make people dislike what he's trying to promote as a positive image for the Jewish community, just based on how he interacts with everybody else, all right? I'm not saying that this is true, but I can say based on Michael Rappaport, it could be true, all right? So we know that there was an issue with Hulk Hogan. He passed away, and then once Hulk Hogan passed away, of course, a lot of the blacks were bringing up the fact that, hey, he said this about black people. It's not cool. It's not right. We haven't forgotten that. And then guess who came out and was basically sipping for Hulk Hogan?
Hogan passes away. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster. That's what we're not going to do. Is we're not going to be disrespecting Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. I don't care if he had some controversy outside of the ring. I don't care if he endorsed Donald Trump. We're talking about one of the most original characters in American popular culture history, whether you know wrestling or you're a fan of wrestling or not. We are talking about a guy who created something out of his imagination that captured the world's attention. Men, women, and children all know who Hulk Hogan is, who the great Hulk Hogan was. And like I said, I don't care about him endorsing Trump. I don't care about the stuff that was controversial. We're not going to be disrespecting the man with the 18-inch pythons, brother. We're not going to be disrespecting the Hulkster for the joy that he gave. Forget you as an adult, sicko. Forget you. Think about the kids. Think about you as a kid. Talk about a real-life superhero. When the Hulkster was out there oiled up with his goatee and his hair and those 18-inch pythons, brother. Pure joy, elation, total original. This is an original character that he created. Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster, brother.
You guessed it, our guy in Rappaport. Now, once he came out and was basically saying it didn't really matter what he said before, people in the black community started coming after him, okay? Then he said this.
All right, this is now my third video about Hulk Hogan, which is more videos that I did about Hulk Hogan when he was alive. When I did my now controversial Hulk Hogan video 2 hours after he passed, right after he passed, I saw all this derogatory stuff about his association with Trump. And I said in the video, what we're not going to do is disrespect somebody who brought so much joy to the world. In the video, I also said I know he was involved with some controversy and I wasn't aware of it. I'm not a Hulk Hogan super fan. I'm not a wrestling head. I'm not a Hulk Hogan documentarian. I don't know everything about the life and times of Hulk Hogan. I was not aware at the time, from the bottom of my heart, that he was involved with that racial controversy, the N-word controversy. Obviously, if I knew that at the time, I wouldn't have done the video, or my video would have been a lot different. I have openly condemned racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, all of that on this platform with my face on wax, Have you? I have spoken out loud and proud since this platform came into existence about George Floyd, I Can't Breathe, Charlottesville, LGBTQ, women's rights, every single person's rights, with my face on wax over and over again. Again, I did not know about the remarks Hulk Hogan made. I don't fact check these videos that a lot of times people love and repost. I do not fact check my videos. I mean, I even called this 24-inch pythons, 18-inch pythons. I clearly didn't do any research. Bottom line, I never want to offend anybody. I never want to tell people what they should or shouldn't be upset about. That's my truth, my whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Now, it wasn't a real apology. He's saying, look, defending himself. I've come out on behalf of this, George Floyd. I've come out on behalf of that. But I think that this is a lie, in my honest opinion, because everybody knew what Hulk Hogan said about blacks, 2015. We also know that it wasn't just a few years ago that he was doing a tour with his new beer company. And then there was a young lady that happened to be black that accused him of being fired for discrimination. And the reality is I believe that Michael Rappaport understands this, okay? And if it was his community that Hulk Hogan has said that about, he would know, because he's so close to black culture, okay? But what you want to tell black people is to get over it. But when it comes to your people, you never get over it. Michael Rappaport is one of the most known enforcers of those people who disrespect Jewish culture, Jewish people, who lean into Jewish stereotypes. And again, I'm gonna just say this with all due respect, when you act like Michael Rappaport, you really, really, really leave a bad taste in people's mouth when it comes to somebody respecting your culture. That's why I don't ever speak on the Jews. It's not because I'm afraid of getting flagged. I'm afraid of being taken down. That's not really what it's about, all right? Because the commentary that I would have would be as modest as it is, which is what I typically do for almost everybody. But the reality is I'm just not really interested in that, but I keep my mouth off other groups. Off the Palestinians, I keep my mouth off them. The whites, every now and then I'll say something about them, but I stick with my own stuff, all right? Rappaport doesn't do that. Your nose is in everybody else's business. So then when you call about, anti-Semitism, I can tell you what is a progenitor anti-Semitism too. It's when you have guys like Rappaport who basically speak on other people, then cry foul when somebody brings up something about your group. If you don't want folks talking about your group and being insensitive when it comes to you, then just be quiet. Be quiet, Like, if you said, well, you know what? I just posted whatever I post, I don't check. Well, how about you start checking? How hard is it for you to check? Okay? Before you get on there and be so quick to tell everybody else that you don't want to hear Hulk Hogan. And then again, you said you're not the biggest fan of him and you don't really know. Then why are you speaking on him, bro? Because you knew what he said about blacks. And for you want to tell black people to get over it. If anybody were to tell Michael Rappaport to get over something similar with his people, he would go nuts. He'd be crashing out every day. And this is why a lot of racism happens in the world, because one group feels disrespected, okay? And you don't have to like anybody in America or around the world. But one thing that should always be given is respect for culture. How do you respect people? By shutting your ass up, okay? Shutting up, right? You want to talk about something? Talk about something in your own community. If he had some controversies that were not race, Mr. Rappaport, let me ask you this. What was it then? Since you don't know, what was it? Because you said he had some controversies. The biggest controversy he had was about blacks. I think there was an adult video thing he had that wasn't even that important. The biggest one was the one that was about blacks. And you're talking about like you don't know it, you're lying, because he lost his whole WWE legacy behind that thing. He literally was stripped of so much stuff because of that damn phone call. But you don't know that? You gotta stop playing with me, bro. You gotta stop playing. Like, come on, man. Seriously, show people in other communities the respect you want somebody to show in your community. Like, that's what I try to do. Like, oh, okay, well, this person wouldn't want me saying this about their people, so let me not say it. Rappaport is the opposite. Let me say whatever I want to say about you, and by any small chance, if you say it about me, I'm gonna come out there and act hurt. Oh my God, I can't believe what you're saying. I mean, come on, man, give it a break. At this point, you're just lame, bro. Just shut up, man. Stop disrespecting black people, because you would never want somebody doing the same thing that you're doing to us, to your group. And then you're not even really apologizing for the most part. If it was us, you would demand an apology now. Have you guys noticed that? If it was the other way around, he'd be trying to get you fired. You ought to not work here yet. Okay, but it's you, so you ain't gotta have, like, it's so fake. It's giving, like people say, it's giving fake. It's giving unaccountability. So guys, you think it's your boy Usher Jackson back at it again with an episode of Celebrity Junk. Before you do, scratch the bell. We're out.